It's been another year. We've been working pretty hard for the last 6 months. All the guys have pulled together as they usually do to put on another great event, and it shows out this weekend with over 100 cars attending the Mallee Rally. ARB and MBL, they've come on board again this year, and it makes our life a hell of a lot easier. We'd like to sincerely thank them, along with Hoislers, Bailey's Sea Lake, Swan Hill Windscreens. They're all great sponsors of ours, and we thank them very much.
With 170 competition kilometres to run, there's still plenty of work for the crews to get done. The field now spread wide across the Lake Tyrrell track for the front runners. Keeping an eye on your competition, as well as negotiating the overtaking of others, is a full-on job. Glenn Owen consolidating the first lap out of service, second quickest. His lead now 1 minute and 29 seconds. Carl Habe, the mover on this section, quickest across the lap, in the process sliding his machine past Danny Brown and into second place. Just 19 seconds in it, Brown sure to keep pushing to grab the spot back. Collins, a good job to stay in fourth place overall. Scott Rockcliffe, another with a consistent time, and fifth spot outright. With such a big field entered, the class battles were beauties up and down the start list. The small engine sportsman buggies, Glenn Wilkinson and Josh Raven, up to the task. 4 clean laps, top spot in the category. Taylor Hanning and Drew McClelland, the others to run the full distance and take the second spot. The Hatcher combo, third. A fine drive by Shannon Fitzgerald to get her SNS Race Frames machine across all laps. In the process, fourth in this huge field of 29 Super 1650s. For the podium spots in the class, Dan Schiller bolted out early, backed himself on the second lap and consolidated the win with 2 consistent runs in the afternoon. First in this class is a big effort with plenty of competition amongst this group. Jim Coombs came back at Schiller on the third lap to be only 4 seconds off the fastest. His 4 runs netting second spot in another good drive. The third podium spot for the Shenneworth of Line, all laps completed for the number 219. 2 years in a row now and a non-finish for local ace Bernie Clossy. This leaving the performance 2-wheel drive class wide open. Godwin and Nixon didn't need any more incentive. They dominated the group. Fastest on all 4 laps, their V8 powered Hilux making the distance and grabbing the top prize. The Toyota Tacoma of Watkins second, Hardy and Weinert third. 2 from 2 in the series for the Turleys, clean and quick across the day, capitalising on a drama experienced by Owen Ward. On the second lap, they would power home full points and the silverware. The huge time loss putting Ward out of contention. However, he would not give up, getting back on the pace, second in class and valuable series points. Rewards for Ivan Robertson after a big event, taking the class and well and truly coming to grips with the unique driving style required to manage a trophy truck.
Yeah, you've got to be pretty brutal, but in the same token, I really don't want to wreck it, so it takes time. But yeah, starting to get more comfortable with it. Gavin's done a beautiful job of it. Really had very little trouble with it at all. It's, yeah, credit to Gavin's work.
This winning form starting to become a habit for Robertson. His locally produced Mikkelfab Raptor continuing to show its true potential. Great to see the mighty V-Dub still competitive. Smith and Anstey coming home strong with 4 clean laps. Second spot in the class, a good job by this pair. The Razorback Trophy truck of Murdoch and Lyon, again all runs completed, third place in the group. The continuing fight for supremacy in the Pro-Light division provided another extremely entertaining race. After battling over the last couple of years developing his matrix, Luke Urseg's hard work finally paying off.
Yeah, it's been a pretty tough last sort of 12 to 14 months. It's finally all coming together this year. It's 4 from 4 and a great run today. We didn't have any problems from start to finish. Car ran flawless. Buffy did a great job navigating, didn't have many off, so just everything fell into place today. The whole family gets behind us, support me with everything I do. We just opened up Ursig Motorsport as a business and couldn't build the car on our own. Racer Imports, Cameron's a great parts supplier. Tyson Proud came on board with Proud Race Engines and built a great Toyota for us. And absolutely, we couldn't be up here without the help of those guys.
A good move to run hard on the opening lap, Urseg grabbing a 1 minute 10-second advantage, holding and managing the gap, first in class and a brilliant 5th outright. The 164 of Neeson and Harness pushed very hard all day, their speed close to the front pace. On the last, they took back a stack of time to reduce the gap to just 28 seconds. Great work for the number 2 spot in the class, another with a top 10 outright finish. Matt Ryan also in the mix, fast across the opening laps. Had it not been for a problem on his last, his 3rd in class could have easily been a couple better. Notable runs from the pro buggies of Madden and Simpson. 7th and 8th outright signals a good weekend's work for those crews. The top 5 well into their final lap and the pressure still very high. Unfortunately for 4th placed man Collins, a huge drama on this section, massive time lost and out of contention. Tasmanian Scott Rodcliffe held it all together and kept his pace up. A clean final lap, a huge weekend, 4th outright. Taking any off-road course on is a massive job. Having a crack at it on your own, another matter entirely.
Yeah, it is, but you know, I've been in a single-seater for quite a while, and yeah, I just enjoy that part of it, and yeah, so we had a good run, and it's all good when you don't have to stop and get out and change a flat tyre or anything like that. You know, you don't quite have the help.
Never out of the top 3 lap times, Danny Brown and George Apted getting their Jimco in and taking 3rd outright. Adjustments to the car between rounds paying dividends in a big way.
Yeah, after the first round we went back and did a bit of a rethink on the car and moved a few things around and changed up a few bits and pieces, and it was good to get a finish. A bit of work to do and getting used to driving the car, but it was yeah, really good to finish.
For Brown, it's been a steep learning curve, going from his trophy truck to this outright pro buggy.
It's been a massive lot of work through the changeover, both on the car and driving-wise as well. I'm still, even though after this race, I'm still learning how to drive it. I was still finding out new things about the car halfway through that last lap. So, you know, we had a really good run, and hats off to Carl and Glenn. They've done a great job.
Powering his way to another podium finish, Carl Havey quick, his in-house built Element Prodigy getting better and better with each outing. Having overhauled Brown, catching Owen proved too hard, especially with a slight problem on the last lap.
Yeah, it was a bit down the last lap. We developed a misfire around about the 3rd of the way around. It was still giving us good power down low, so we could still get up to 170 all right, but anything over that, it was breaking down. So just happy to be back here after having that happen to us.
As we've said before, this crew's one to watch and very likely to feature on more and more outright result sheets. For the event defending champions Owen and Ryan, a clean and clinical race. No mistakes on the last lap, managing their lead and bringing home another win for this super experienced pairing. 2 in a row for this year's series as well. Owen very much at home on this track.
Yep, another sensational year at Sea Lake. I've been coming here for the 41 years, missed a few in between, been dragged along with the old man, and nothing's changed. It's a great crew, great venue, great event. The boys behind us keep us busy all day, so you just got to push, 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 and hope you don't make a mistake.
A well-managed win for the crew of the 30 machine. The tightly bunched times making up the top places, evidence of just how competitive this event and series has become. Griffith, New South Wales, the next stop for this horsepower roadshow. More tough battles expected. We'll be there to bring you all the action.